doesn't love moving house? Well, me, for a start. After deciding that you need a bigger place, you pack all of your possessions into boxes, load up a van, and transport them to a different four walls. After emptying the boxes and cluttering up your new gaff, you often wonder why you bothered in the first place. Personally, I tend to get rid of most of my possessions when I move house to prevent this scenario from occurring, but that method would make for a very short video game experience. Witchbeam Studio from Brisbane, Australia have not only hoarded a lot of toilet rolls, in a much reported Australian early pandemic behavior in this game, but they have also created the ultimate unboxing simulator. Let's make a house a home in the XboxEra review of Unpacking. Following the life of a character we never actually meet, the purpose of this game is to go from residence to residence over many years, unboxing that person's belongings and making them fit within her new surroundings. Starting in a single bedroom, we eventually end up in a house with 2 floors and multiple rooms. We learn a lot about this individual through the items that have remained in her possession over the years and the ones that she has disposed of along the way. Gameplay is a meditative experience where you switch from room to room, clicking on each packing box and finding a suitable space for each item that appears. When the box has been emptied of all items, it collapses itself with a very satisfying animation. After all boxes in the new residence have been emptied, you can move on to the next abode, but only if you have put all of the items into places that developers regard as suitable. If not, items have a red ring around them, and you are unable to progress until you have corrected this crime against unpacking. There are no hard and fast rules about where items have to be placed, but where you decide to put them has to make sense. Leaving a package of ant poison on the kitchen table, for example, or a kitchen knife in the bath will not be regarded as acceptable. The game is a kind of time capsule in that the player learns how technology has moved on as this person has grown up. She starts with a tape player, and within a few levels, this is replaced by a CD player as she grows into more refined musical tastes, a vinyl record player. Likewise, we go from placing multiple beloved DVDs such as Ghost World onto living room shelves to finding most, but not all of these replaced with smaller Blu-ray discs in the later stages. Achievements are rewarded in a rather hit-and-miss fashion. Apart from the ones you get from completing a level, many are not signposted at all, and they're very easy to miss. You do, however, also gain stickers along with achievements, and these can be used along with any impressive array of filters to take photographs of your completed rooms to cherish forever. If you are deeply into the experience, you can marvel over your performance upon level completion with a quick playback function as well. I never imagined that I would be reviewing a game that involved putting away multiple pairs of his and her pants and finding the best home for boxes of feminine hygiene products, but it is refreshing to see these types of everyday items being included in the gameplay. Kudos go to the developers for this level of normalization of items that would previously have been considered taboo within gaming. Occasionally, a box will reveal an item in a totally wrong room, such as a toasted sandwich maker in a bedroom. This is just to keep you on your toes, as you will not be able to find any suitable storage space in that location, and you will have to shift between rooms to put it away. You also have the ability to zoom in on objects to identify what you are holding. This allowed me to discover what I thought was a rolled up newspaper and put in a cupboard was actually a poster that I could hang on a wall and free up space in the cupboard for another item. Obviously, there's not always a lot of room for unpacked items, which creates the block-fitting puzzle aspect of the game. And pro tip, just placing most items on the floor is penalized, so don't even bother trying it. It is surprising what I was able to learn during my playthrough, just by observing what the character considered to be important to her and kept a hold of. She made a clear progression from a very early interest while at school to a related discipline in her career. No spoilers. And I was able to tell she had been through a breakup just by the fact that I was unable to pin a certain picture onto a corkboard in one of the bedrooms. I must admit, though, I did wonder on several occasions why she was still lugging the same collection of dust collectors, such as a model of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, from house to house, as I was sick of unpacking them again and again. I know that these items tell the story of a life lived and places visited, but come on, these ornaments are so tacky. Featuring a soundtrack by Jeff Van Dyke, a BAFTA award-winning composer and audio director, the game gently lulls you along on a restful wave of calm. I was reminded of the soundtrack to the awesome Coffee Talk at times, and that can only be a good thing. The game is chill, and there are no scores or timers, and it just exists within its own calm bubble. If you're looking for that kind of thing, you will love this. Where Unpacking really shines is in its accessibility settings. In the 4 areas of mobility, vision, hearing, and cognitive, a massive effort has been made to make this experience enjoyable for all gamers. Deep and clever design obviously went into what looks on the surface like an incredibly simple gaming proposition. Some examples of this are as follows. No action requires clicking and dragging, holding down buttons, or pressing more than one button at a time. The room swapping animation can be disabled to avoid motion sickness, and no gameplay cues are delivered exclusively through audio, and text is minimal, as reading is not required to enjoy and complete the game. There are many accessibility items to list here, which is very refreshing, but they can all be found on the website unpackinggame.com. This game is an incredibly accessible, meditative game, revolving around room decoration and block-fitting puzzles. There is no pressure here, and the only target is to make each environment a satisfying place for the main character to live. This may not be the type of game that you would usually play, but it is well worth checking out. Although short sessions of a level at a time may be a good idea due to the repetitive nature of the gameplay. Being another recent arrival to Xbox Game Pass, there really is no reason not to try it. Let's just hope the neighbors are okay, but let's face it, they never are. This was Jesse Norris reading Harmonica's excellent review. And if you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps our channel grow. And we'll see you here next time for XboxEra.